and welcome back to the Mind of an Interior Designer podcast. I am your host, Ellie Fenlon, and if you've just stumbled across this podcast, this is about to be your new favourite interior design podcast. And in this week's episode, it leads nicely into what we've been talking about over the past few weeks, as I did an episode on me still living at home and doing my room up into a bedroom sanctuary, as well as creating the hotel feel at home after my recent visit to the Municipal Hotel. So it's as if these have all married into one. It's like I've written the script for this podcast. It really is. Now today we're actually going to be discussing something really cool, which is 2025's hottest trend, therapeutic laziness. I wonder what that can be. Let's delve in. Lying down is one of the biggest trends for 2025. Okay, it's a hard life. We all need to lie down now and again, and we all need lying on the weekends. Okay, we're all guilty for it. So it's this idea of the freedom to rot in bed without having the guilt. And what comes with that is having a comfortable bed that we actually want to rot in, as well as a gorgeous design room. I'm an interior girly after all. So it's sort of the rise of actually us not wanting to go to nightclubs anymore and having an early night. I now, as a 27-year-old, it's just been my birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday to me, I know. I love an early night. I love going for a coffee with the girls. We actually went for an early dinner this year. There was no clubbing for us for the 27th. It is not a thing anymore. It was an early night. It was a couple in bed. It was a film, a scroll on TikTok. I love creating videos at night as well. That's where I get most of my creativity of a night. I'm a night owl, I can't help myself, but not a night owl in terms of want to be in a nightclub, or a night owl in terms of want to be snuggled up in bed watching my favourite vlogs, you name it. And also, if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, because not only do I create these amazing podcast episodes, I also create weekly vlogs and also interior come shop with me, so it is the place to be. Anyway, back to the dream bedroom. That is exactly what it is. It is the rise of the dream bedroom, the wanting to create sort of a therapeutic therapy place for yourselves in the bedroom, serving an escape from reality. It's the rise of self-care, mindfulness, virtual escape rooms, that blend of both technology and design. Now, a 2021 survey, because a girl loves a fact these days, that was taken out by the Ned Group, found that 60% of consumers are spending more post-pandemic. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if now by 2025 it is 90%. But I really do believe that a lot of people during that time, I've spoken on this before, fell in love with the home again and realised the importance of home. And I honestly found it very refreshing, especially as a girl in the interior world, that people actually started to take note and care in the space they were living and realised it actually held a lot of space in terms of their mental health, and it was something that was really eye-opening for some people, which I loved. Now, the bedroom is a place we want to create a therapy space for, a dream space for, but also a place that you feel confident that you post on your social media. You know, I love when people post in the morning, like with a cup of tea in bed, or they're watching something on telly, and we can't help but judge the space that they're in, whether that be for a good thing or a bad thing. We like to take inspiration from other people's bedrooms. Like, I'm a big fan at the moment of like Molly May's bedroom, the way she's got that freestanding television in the whole of the room. It literally is a art piece in itself. But it's about realising what makes your bedroom comfy and what you like. Do you like a smaller space? Do you like a bigger space? And we're going to delve into that a lot more today, and I'm going to help you create that dream room for yourselves and a very therapeutic space that makes you want to fall into it and not get out of bed. I mean, I know we all struggle to get out of bed, so we kind of maybe don't want to encourage that more if we're struggling to get out from work. But I'm just going to give you a few hacks, especially maybe if you are suffering with maybe insomnia or things like that, that might just like help, even just like 5% help. It's all better than nothing. As well as that, what's a big thing as well this year is going to be sleep tracking. So you know the way people go and tell you that they've been on a 10-mile jog this morning before you've even got out of bed? You wouldn't even care, because you're going to be posting how long you've slept for. Like, that is a rise in that, and I love that because I feel like Stephen Bartlett has actually started that. I remember he posted it last year and he was tracking his sleep, showing me how long he slept for, and I was like, mate, I'm not bothered how long you've slept for. But now I'm thinking, would that be something I would be like interested in seeing other people post? I don't know, but we're seeing a rise in it apparently this year, so I'll be excited to see if I actually do find it of interest or not. And the reason I'm so passionate about creating a really sanctuary style hotel, whatever bedroom for yourself, is that on average a person sleeps a third of their life. So you're talking what's that, like 20, the average person, what's like 20 odd years in bed, if that's a third, isn't it? That's a lot of time. I think it works out like 8 whole years of like time, if that makes sense. So you're spending 8 years in bed, so you need to make it a proper wellness zone for yourself. So how can we actually create all the above and a place that we actually want to sleep in? First things first, comfort is key. You could have no wallpaper, no flooring, decor, you name it, but that bed is literally the main art piece here. Like, we want to make that the main zone of comfort for yourselves. So the design of the bedroom informs us in how we are going to rest, how we fall asleep, how we wake up. These vulnerable moments before we fall into dreams and unconsciousness plays a considerable role in our day-to-day experience of falling asleep. Now, sleep quality, this is the right lighting, temperature and furniture arrangement that can significantly influence how easily you fall asleep and the quality of that sleep. We also want to make sure we're reducing stress, so having a serene, clutter-free bedroom can help calm your mind. I don't know about you, if my bedroom's a mess, I will not sleep in it. I could be home at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but if my bedroom's a mess, I can't sleep in it. Please help, is anybody else like this? Let me know. I will be up at silly o'clock in the morning tidying my room because I can't sleep in it. I feel enclosed, I feel stressed, I feel overwhelmed, and it makes me uncomfortable, and I could not lie there. I just couldn't, because they say, don't they, if your mind is cluttered, it's because your bedroom space and your house is cluttered. And I can totally vouch for that, because if my bedroom's a mess, I'm not getting anything done because it's on the back of my mind and it stresses me out. Also, personal expression. So your bedroom should reflect your individual style and personality. So that will contribute to having like a sense of belonging, sense of comfort. I spoke a lot about that. If you're still living at home like me and you wanted to create your own like sanctuary in your own bedroom space, it's about making it very personal to you and a place you actually want to go and escape. Psychological impact as well. We're going to talk a lot about colour choices, especially colour psychology, that will overall have a aesthetic that will influence your mood and emotions and actually help in the falling asleep process and the not wanting to get up as well. And privacy and relaxation. So making it a space where you're comfortable. This might be through soft furnishings. This might be through, again, moody lighting and things like that. Now, as I said before, it isn't just about it. It's not just how about it looks. It's not just about how it looks. There she is. It's about the function and what are our most important things on the art piece of the bedroom, which is the bed, is the mattress. Now, the mattress, unfortunately, is not a case of one size fits all when deciding on the right mattress. It's about what's right for you. Now, I don't know about you, but there's been hotels where I've loved the bed. Sometimes I haven't loved the bed, and I know I've been away with my boyfriend and he's been like, oh my god, this bed's so comfy, and I'm like, this is not comfy at all. So I think it's just each to their own. I think everybody like has different comfort levels and what they want out of a bed, especially when people may be having like back troubles, hip troubles, things like that. The mattress is a key player in that. And also over time as well, a mattress has shown that actually can affect the likes of your back and hips as time goes on if you're not picking the right mattress for support. So it really is crucial in the design process. Forget about she says the home decor, the wallpaper and such, but start off at the mattress. Like, that's what you're sleeping on for 8 full years of your life, which is actually quite terrifying. So yeah, I wanted to look into it and see what is the best mattresses, and Ideal Home actually ranked the top 3 as the following. So they said, first of all, what you need to consider when choosing is cushioning, support, temperature regulation, motion isolation and edge support. They voted the number 1 mattress as the Simba Hybrid Original Mattress. Second place was the Brook and Wild Ultimate Mattress. This was the best for back pain. And the third was the Emma Original Mattress. Do you know what? Emma, I feel, gets a lot of influencers working with it. So I think sometimes we can't help it. I'm an influencer myself. When we see a lot of influencers working with a certain brand and getting a free mattress, it's hard to think, is this just paid or is everybody loving the Emma mattress? But I've got a friend who is also an influencer who actually got sent one, and she did say, like, obviously off camera kind of thing, it is what it says. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is actually really good, and it was the best thing she ever got gifted ever. And I was like, wow, that's quite a bold statement, because mattresses are, as you say, like, one size doesn't fit all. And I don't agree with any of them three personally. I mean, I might be a change girly, but I truly believe, everyone said it, that my mattress is the best comfort. I actually have a Sealy mattress and it didn't make the Ideal Homes rank top 3, but it did make the top 10, coming in at number 8. So I actually love my mattress. I like quite a firm mattress, I'd say, but it's mad with me because as soon as you get in it, you would think it was horrible and hard, but it like squelches like in, that's horrible word, squelches, but like your body just sort of oozes into the mattress. It's not like rock hard, but it's like you would think as you got into it, it's mad, it like cushions around your body, but it's not a memory foam or anything. What I mean is it just like makes you feel like you're in a cloud. That's the word. It makes you feel like you're in a cloud. It was honestly my favourite mattress ever. If Sealy want to sponsor this podcast, you know, it's too late, but you can sponsor the next one. But no, honestly, it's a really good mattress. I have paid for it all myself, by the way. This isn't an ad, I wish it was. But I would recommend a Sealy mattress. But first and foremost, I'd recommend you going to try them. Go to every bed shop that you want to go to, try them all, you know, make sure you're picking the right one that's for you. You know, mattress shops are very helpful. That's why I think it'd be hard to pick a mattress online as well, because I wouldn't like to try before you're biased. That's like with couches as well. I don't know how people pick a couch online. That for me is just not possible. I need to sit on it. I need to see whether I can actually sit on it day to day. It's just one of them purchases, do you know what I mean? And also, speaking of like mattresses and warmth and comfort, can we talk about electric blankets, please? I have all of a sudden been convinced. So over the winter period, my boyfriend had a electric blanket, which you would be surprised. Like, I just didn't expect that. And I was like, oh my God, this is insane. You literally plug it in and it is the best thing ever. I still don't have one. I actually want the White Company one, of course I do. And it's super expensive. I think it might be over £100, which is absolutely ridiculous, I know. But I feel like having both the aesthetic and function, it's not just like a random like colour or brand or anything. Like, I want it to be like a really nice one. But then again, Home and Bargain had one the other day for like £15, so I might be actually willing to try that, because it was like a nice, like, I want it like the bottom of my bed, you know, so it's like a decorative piece as well. Even though I've just said, I'm literally going back on my word, like it should be like a function over aesthetic, but in something like that, it needs to serve two purposes, you know what I mean? Anyway, once you've got your mattress, you need your pillows, okay? And if you don't get a good night's sleep, it can play havoc with your mood and energy levels, not to mention your relationship with everyone around you. And one of the key ingredients that's often overlooked is the pillow, okay? Like, I'm sorry, your head's on it all night. So if you're waking up in a bad mood, you could have like been in an awkward position. I'm not being funny, I lie on like 12. I said in the last episode, I am literally on the 8th floor. Like, my body's on the ground and my head somehow is on the 8th. Again, I don't know how I haven't got a crick in my neck, because it's really bad. But it is important that you pick pillows that are good for you. That personally doesn't make me feel bad. Waking up makes me feel good. But if I'm lying, again, I'm going to say it again, a lasagna sheet pillow. If you're rocking up to a lad's house and he's got a lasagna sheet pillow, it's a massive red flag. The girls don't want to see a lasagna sheet. We want to see investment in pillows. You've probably had that pillow since 2004. Get rid. I'm not putting my head, and that's probably not even being washed, but we're going to get on to hygiene of the bedroom later on, let me tell you. Anyway, besides designer branding, the main the main element that impacts the price of pillows is actually what's inside. The pillow fillings have an impact on support levels, the bounce, allergy protection, and Hungarian goose can set you back like £240. I remember when I worked at HomeSense, people were rocking up buying duvets for like £400-500, pillows for £300, and they come to the till. Now, I'm not here to judge, but I was thinking, why are you buying that? Then when I went back and did my research, I was like, wow, like, I can see why people are buying that. So if you do some research into pillows, I'm not saying to buy the expensive ones, but I really did have a newfound respect for people who actually paid a lot of money for them. Like, I could see why they were doing that. Like, what's the point in buying cheap when you can buy a really nice, comfortable pillow, have a great sleep, wake up in a great mood? It's a win-win. Now, I actually did some research into them, and a buying manager from So Can Sleep in an article said the following: all pillows will need fluffing to prolong their life, but there are things to look out for. High quality fills and pillows with an internal chamber restore its shape better. Synthetic fills such as memory foam hold their shape and mould in response to the heat of the body. Also, check out the casing material. A cotton case offers additional breathability and a cooler sleeping surface, for instance. So cheaper pillows can lose its shape and support much quicker, so it's always good to invest in high quality ones that are suitable for your sleep. But this isn't to say that a value pillow might not be for you. I've got pillows from Sheridan, they're from HomeSense. I got them probably, I want to say 3 years ago, which knocks me sick because I think you should change your pillow inserts, I think, every year. Have I just outed myself here on a podcast? I potentially have. Don't get me wrong, I wash my bedding and things every year. Every week. No. Oh my goodness. I wash my bedding weekly, but I probably need to change the insert of the pillows. I've actually seen a few nice ones in Dunelm and I've heard good things, so I feel like they're like mid-budget, I'd say. But like I feel like it's awkward testing pillows in a shop because they're in the plastic packaging and I'm trying to test them and I'm like, is this actually the pillow for me? It is quite a stressful experience. Does anybody else think that? Because I certainly do. Anyway, it doesn't matter what price point they are and what filling it is in terms of what you like. If you like the cheap ones, buy the cheap ones. If you like the expensive ones, buy the expensive ones. Obviously, buying the expensive ones, as it said here, the quality of them, the feathered ones, whatever you buy is going to have more durability and more life in it. And then by the time you're like at the end, bear in mind, the ones I've had for a 3-year period, they have still got a lot of shape, which I'm surprised about. So maybe Sheridan is a good brand. So maybe keep an eye out in HomeSense. If you all buy the Sheridan pillow now, after me saying I'm wanting to go and buy more, I will never speak to you ever again. As well, on the bed, we need to talk about like sheets. So sheets are a non-negotiable bedroom essential, helping to preserve the life of your mattress while keeping you comfy as you doze off. When selecting bed sheets, consider how critical sleeping well is to your happiness and well-being. You deserve to sleep every night like a great sleep, so it's worth splurging on the highest quality bedding to ensure you get your beauty sleep. Probably one of the biggest things I would say to people before you buy anything else would be to splurge on your bedding. Like I said in the last episode, White Company bedding's gorgeous. You don't want crummy bedding. Don't, it knocks me sick. Like crummy bedding is not a vibe, it's not giving good quality, and why would you want to wrap yourself up in that every night? So definitely when it comes to bedding, I would suggest actually splurging, because it's a crucial part of your life, sleep, like it really is. And being a designer, that is one thing that I would always recommend to clients in the past when doing bedroom. I'm like, you need to focus on the bed first, okay? Feng shuiing the room. This is something I looked into because I've heard a lot about it, and whether I believe in it, I don't know, but take it as you will. Some aspects I actually do believe in, some not so much, but here's a few little tips for anyone who wants them. So, properly positioning your bed is the first step in creating good feng shui in the bedroom. You should arrange your bed in a commanding position. This means that when you're in bed, you're facing the door, but you should not be directly in line with the door. So, I don't think mine is. Mine definitely isn't. Is anybody else's? I think it means if you walk into the bedroom, the bed shouldn't be directly facing. It should be like a bit out the way, but it should be facing towards the door. But then I feel like whatever position I sleep, my face probably would face the door, if that makes sense. But if you're not, your feet are like towards the door. But isn't that meant to be bad luck? Because like it's like chasing out the good fortune. See, it's all a bit controversial for me. It really is. You don't want doors open directly in the line with the bed, especially avoid the coffin position where your feet point out the door. Oh my goodness, no, I knew that. So you're not meant to be, coffin position, meant to be bad luck. Coffin position, that's not nice, is it? Don't like stuff like that. Gives me a bit, I literally got a shiver then when I spoke about that. Placing your headboard against a solid wall. Avoid whenever possible arranging your bed under a window. Yes, right, let me get to that. Nothing gives me the ick more. Okay, if I could talk about icks, it would be that. Okay, because in Feng Shui, a headboard represents stability and support in your life, especially in your romantic relationships. Hey, it's a PG podcast over here. We don't want to start discussing that, okay? Keep it PG, everyone. Headboards under a window or like up to a window scream anxiety to me. Like, I'm sorry, it's not even to do with Feng Shui. Like, it's just a bedroom ick. Why do you want your headboard in front of your window? Why do you want it under your window? Like, why? The window is a separate element to the bedroom, surely. It's just making me very uncomfortable. If I walk into a room and I see a bedroom, or if I walk past like on the road, no, I've seen this too many times, and someone's headboard is covering the whole area, circumference and whatnot of a window, and you can't actually see to the room, and they're blocking out all the natural light. Oh my God. that deserves jail time. It deserves jail time. So yeah, absolutely not. They've also said here, wherever possible, remove electronics such as TVs, computers and cell phones from your bedroom. Cell phones, this was definitely an American article I got this from. The presence of devices emit the largest amount of electric and magnetic fields and disturb your immune system and sleep. Well, that's me done for, because I most definitely sleep with my laptop and my phone by me. One, I'm a workaholic, shock. And two, yeah, I just do. I don't have a TV in my room, but I do have me like Mac, because I like watching films in like a snug environment. And also my phone is stuck to me like glue again, workaholic, and I'm on social media. So what can you do? But no, I totally get that. One thing I do love is them Lumi clocks, where the light sort of wakes you up as the day goes on, not as the day goes on the morning. So it's meant to create like a very soothing light environment. So I think they're very good to invest in. They're not too technological, but they give you like a peace of mind. I think I might get one of them, to be fair. Feng Shui bedroom colours as well are neutral, non-stimulating hues. Again, that reflects me, because as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, the background here is very neutral, very minimal, how I like it, with a few quirky elements. And for small doses of colour, decorate with accessories associated with partnership energies, which are pinks, reds and white. Those dashes of colour can be included through candles, decorative objects, artwork, or even bed linens. Not so much bed linens. Actually, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to actually disagree with the article that I've just read out here, because I don't agree with bright bed linens. I think you should have a neutral base to work from. Speaking of, also another one, don't have the work desk in the same room. The amount of people I know who work, sleep, eat, everything in the same room. Oh, come on. No, it's not good for your mental health. If you're working in the room, like I've said all the time, like, this is the reason it took me so long for me to actually redesign my bedroom. I don't spend any time in there apart from sleep, and my bed is very comfy, so it's a win-win. But you shouldn't be waking up and going to the desk in the corner and working, especially if you've got such a small room space. Imagine going to bed and staring at that desk, and every problem of work is coming up and bouncing in your face. How are you going to get the right sleep? How are you going to close off your mind? You're just not. So rule number one, if you've got your desk in there, get it out. Put it in the living room for all I care. Get it out that room, because the mental is not going to be in a good space to go to sleep if you have that. Honestly, it's not. You need to get rid. Okay, if you really want a therapeutic room look as well, you should look into colour therapy, and this is really good for your mental well-being. And colour therapy often lets you know what colours are the best for you, because we're all different. Like, something that I might find like very disturbing and shocking to my brain to relax might be something that really makes you fall asleep. So we're all different. Like, a bright yellow might be like, oh my god, I could not live with that, as where you could. So I'm never one to judge, by the way, about colours. Like, I think people think because I'm a neutral queen, like, oh, you wouldn't like that. I honestly respect so many different design trends and colour schemes and people's homes, but I personally couldn't live with it. And it's kind of like differentiating that, like what works for you and what doesn't. It's actually known as chromotherapy, so if you want to look into that, definitely do before you make any changes to your bedroom, because when you actually do that, you can also see what colours you wear as well will actually make you feel comfortable, which I love. I've seen them videos on TikTok where like they have someone's face and they put like two colours either side of them, and then it shows you like, it shows like they like pull it, don't they? And then you can see what colour like works best for you. I really love that. I think I'd love to do that, because I'm quite dark. I've got a lot of dark features, like dark hair. So I think, I wonder what actually works for me. Like, I'm just presuming what I wear now works for me, but people might be thinking otherwise. Please leave the judgment out the comments. Thank you. So yeah, another key factor, after obviously you've picked everything that you want for your bed, is actually layering the bed. So what to you makes a bed cozy and inviting? Is it having loads of pillows? Is it none? I love a collation of pillows on my bed. And also, whilst speaking on pillows, cushions and whatnot, can we just talk about the difference? Because nothing annoys me more than when people get pillows and cushions mixed up. Pillows are what you put on your bed and you put your head on, and cushions are decorative. So what you put on your couch, what you put on your bed, if you want loads of pillows and cushions, that's probably what's going to be on your bed. So I love loads of pillows on my bed, but I also love lots of decorative cushions. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, because I watch people do like come shop me's and like, wow, look at these pillows and in the decorative cushion aisle, and I'm like, don't do that to me. So yeah, that's just a little top tip from me to know the difference, because people have asked me before as well what the difference is. So how to create the layering process. So you're going to have your mattress of your choice, then you're going to have your topper, then you're going to have your sheet, then you're going to have your duvet, then you're going to have your pillows, and then it's going to be the making process. So your duvet, your pillows, and then your decorative cushion layers, and then your decorative blankets as well. I prefer like a 2-layer decorative blanket on the bottom. You can also do like the hotel style where you stack flat like 2 pillows, and then you put your decorative cushions, don't do me like that, that's a strike, that's a jail time. Put decorative cushions in front of those, stacked in front. There's so many different style and variations for a bed. So if you do want me to do a video on YouTube or TikTok or anything like that, defo DM me or comment down below and I'll do that for you, because I know it can be a very overwhelming process actually layering your bed and making it comfy. And also, if your fella's telling you off for having millions of decorative cushions, tell them to do one, because it's the vibe. I actually am hating the trend where everyone's saying to just put a sheet over your bed. Sorry? Absolutely not. It looks horrendous. It looks like it's been left there for 10 years. Like, you know, when you look on like Rightmove and House Bless, it has been there for a long time and it's just got a sheet over the bed. There's not even a cushion or a pillow in sight. It's just not it. It's very icky. So don't go with that trend. Sorry, I'm not one to usually say, but definitely don't. But also, if you want any of those layering processes, any tips about going for the colour therapy and the process of building a bed, if you look in the podcast notes, it'll all be written up for you as well, so I hope that helps. The final point as well I want to make is hygiene. Hygiene. Sanitary bedroom is crucial. It promotes good sleep and also good bacteria. We're saying no to the nasty germs. Okay, I found this very interesting. I wanted to share it with you. In an interview with Tech Insider, microbiologist and pathologist at New York University School of Medicine, Philip Tierno, said humans produce around 26 gallons of sweat in bed every year. Oh my goodness, that should not be sick. When it comes to your bed, this means your body creates a very humid environment each night that allows bacteria to thrive. So he recommends washing your sheets at least once a week on a cold temperature setting to ensure you're saying a final adios to all your bacteria friends. Always wash your bedding once a week. If you're not, that's horrendous. If you're doing it more, great. But once a week definitely should be a minimum. Your bedding can actually hold up to 10 million bacteria. I feel like I need to say no more on that. If you're not washing your bed once a week, absolutely violent behaviour. Stop that now. And you know as well that I love to talk about the future of anything with regards to design. So I wanted to look into like the future and where to see like the sleep aspect of design going, and definitely sleep pods I think are going to be a new trend over the next coming years. It's really a movement in technology, especially sleep pods in gyms, so you can nap at the gym after your workout, especially if like you're escaping the kids or work's being tough. Like, it's sort of a space where no one's going to bother you, you know. I don't know how it'd work. Maybe you'd scan your gym pass and then you get like an hour in there and then it'd like maybe like light up as you like woke up. I don't know. And then layovers at the airport. I think they've actually started introducing them in a few airports. I know they definitely have in like spas and things like that. And office nap pods as well. So sort of like the futurism of design. I'm sure Google probably have these. So you're sort of encouraging sleep for your workers. So yeah, I think that'll be a really interesting step into the future of the sleep, like encouraging sleep. Like, I think as a movement of society, it's kind of like that work hard, like sleep is for like losers. Like, you shouldn't be sleeping like, you know, the sort of like 5 to 9 before you're 9 to 5, and you don't sleep until like 12 and like grind and things like that. And it's like, actually, yeah, okay, but you still need 8 hours of sleep to actually function, and creating a bedroom space that reflects a good day is something that's key. Like, I think when you first move into your house, you know, people who are first time buyers are like, oh, I need to buy this, that and the other. My key to like when you first move into your house would be getting a good bed and a good couch. Do you know what I mean? And as long as you've got a working oven to cook your food, you're absolutely flying. Like, that is the main point of everything that you've got. So yeah, mattress definitely is a top runner. You should be spending money if you're getting a cheap mattress. We need to talk, okay? We need to talk. But remember, the key to styling your most relaxing chamber is carefully selecting the basics and then complementing them with tasteful, tranquil accents, which I feel after this podcast you will definitely know how to do. And as I said earlier, if you've been listening to the podcast, you can catch the show notes as well down below for yourselves. Now, We love a question over here. So this is a listener question. If you've never asked a listener question you want to, definitely send me a DM. I always do a question box as well over my Instagram page, The Mind of an Interior Designer, or you can even send me an email. It's entirely up to you, but definitely send your questions in. I love answering them, and I love doing research, giving me opinion and all of that. So this week's question is a really good one. So it is, I see trends on TikTok, Instagram, etc., and I want to follow them, but I feel I'll get bored of them. You will. Sorry to be as blunt as that. You will get bored of them. Never buy into a trend. I said it in last year's podcast episode at the beginning of the year. Trends will come and go. However, if you see as trends such as the bow trend, which we've got going on, bow decor, that sort of thing, it slowly started coming in the beginning of last year. I don't think people recall that, but it's always kind of, it takes a while for a trend to come into fruition, that's the word. I tried to sound clever then. I don't even know what I'm saying. I've just banged my hand on the table if you heard that. Yeah, it takes a while for it to come into fruition in terms of creation. You know, in fashion we see it first and then it trickles down into interiors. Anyway, I digress. If it is something that you are on board with, definitely get it. Like, if it's gorgeous, like, I know for a fact what I like now and what I don't like, and if I see a trend, if it fits into the mold slightly, I'll maybe give it a go. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I don't think personally trends particularly are for me, in terms of, I think they move too quick, especially in my job. You know, I'm in Home Sense every day. I'm in Home and Bargain. I'm in Primark Home and TK Maxx. I'm everywhere I can be to see what is the latest trends. And I'm certainly one to, like, if this is for you, definitely get it. But I wouldn't follow them, because honestly, in about a month's time, we'll be seeing something else. And don't get me wrong, if you love it then and you still love it in 5 years, great. Like, look at Flip and Crush Velvet, you know. We've seen that years ago. It was very trendy at the time, and I got the Crush Velvet headboard. I've slowly changed to boucle. Everyone's saying boucle's dead. Let people say boucle's dead. I very much think it's alive, and I'll still love it in a few years, particularly. I love boucle chairs. I love anything boucle. That was a trend about 2 years ago. I'm still in love with it, and that's because I am, like, do you know what I mean? I actually enjoyed boucle before it became trendy, so it's kind of not running with the trend and also not being bothered what other people think about your space either. If it's comforting for you, then definitely pick those pieces, you know, as well. I know I'm on to talk because I do create videos like this, but, like, don't feel like ever influenced by me to buy something. I just show you what's new. Does that make sense? Like, the bow trend at the minute, there's loads of new pieces in Home Sense daily that I'm sharing with you. That doesn't mean to say you have to buy them. If it doesn't suit you, that's absolutely fine. But I hate the way people, like, come at me and, like, we don't have to buy this, why are you doing this? Like, I've just bought black Lego flowers from Aldi, which I think are fab, and you should have seen it. To be fair, it's gone viral, it's amazing, but you should have seen, like, some of the comments, and I was thinking, oh my god, like, I think some people have too much to say, like, in terms of trends. Like, if you like it, get it. If you don't. It's the same with fashion. What suits me might not suit you, and vice versa. It's the same with homeware. So in terms of, you feel you'll get bored, you've answered your own question, because you knew you'd get bored of it before asking me the question, and also before purchasing. So make sure it's something you want. Sometimes, I know it's hard with, like, Home Sense, TK Maxx, but I will sit on a few things in terms of, like, do I like it? I'll even buy it, and then you've always got, like, 28-day return policy. Even just, like, place it in your room and think, can I live with this for another few years? Like, it's only been 10 days and you can always return it. So yeah, that's definitely something I would take advantage of. But yeah, anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you've learned how to create a very therapeutic laziness escape in your bedroom design, especially this year more than ever, with it being a huge 2025 trend. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. As I said, the show notes are down below if you didn't manage to catch any of the advice I've given you on creating that bedroom sanctuary for yourself. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to the podcast on the podcast platform that you are listening to, or over here on my YouTube as well. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you on our Valentine's special next week.